Well, folks, that was kind of fun back there, and we're still on the road out here, and it kind of fits the film that we're going to talk about tonight. Fast and the Furious. The Fast and the Furious. You got to remember the thes in there. This film was made in 1954. This is the film also that I don't want to say inspired the more recent Fast and the Furious, but those guys in the more recent one did have to pay for the rights to use that name, The Fast and the Furious. The two plots are very dissimilar. This is not a film about hijacking cars and things like that. This is a race car film. Stars John Ireland. John Ireland is also the man who directed this film. And he does a pretty good job. He didn't direct it by himself. Another guy, Ed Sampson, sort of helped him along. He was co-director on it. Ed Sampson also was the editor of the film. The movie also stars Dorothy Malone. And Dorothy Malone does a really nice job in this. This was made just a couple years prior to Written on the Wind, and if you remember your Academy Awards business, she won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for Written in the Wind that couple years later. She does a real good job in here. She plays a person who is, well, a race car driver. And she's driving this little sports car down to Mexico to get involved in this great big race. John Ireland is a guy on the lam. He's broken out of jail, and he happens to hijack Dorothy Malone and goes down to Mexico with her and pretends like they are somewhat related together and so on, and then she gets involved in the race because when she gets down there, I don't know what kind of research she's doing, she finds out that they don't allow female drivers anymore. Go all the way down to Mexico, find out that you can't do anything anymore. Wouldn't that be a kick in the head? Well, this is a perfect opportunity for John Ireland to jump into the old driver's seat and take her place. He does a good job too, and the film it's got some screwball comedy elements to it. You know, you got your two people man and woman who hate each other, and by the end of the film, you know, well, I'm not blowing anything, they don't hate each other anymore. John Ireland does a good job in this film. I think that Dorothy Malone does a fine job. The film was produced by Roger Corman. Be on the lookout. Roger Corman's in this film. He plays one of the state troopers at one of the roadblocks. You know, he's a very discernible looking guy. He looks like a young David Letterman. I always thought that Roger Corman and David Letterman looked quite a bit alike. Now, the film is shot, and it looks really nice with a lot of race car business and mobile framing and things, and shot from cars' point of views and things. Shot by Floyd Crosby. You remember Floyd Crosby. He shot a lot of the Beach Party films, Beach Party Bingo and things. He also shot some of the better Roger Corman films, like House of Usher and Pit and a Pendulum, some of those Poe things done in the 60s. The film was produced by Roger Corman and by a guy named Jack Milner. Jack Milner, we've talked about before on this show. He was a producer. He was an editor by trade, but he also produced a few films. He produced From Hell It Came. What a great title. And what a great film that is. It's about that killer tree. John Ireland didn't direct another film after this, and that's kind of a sad thing. And it's kind of interesting to see actors go out and make a name for themselves by trying to direct. And I'm not sure what moved John Ireland to this product, but it sort of reminds me of how Marlon Brando, he himself got behind the camera at one point with One-Eyed Jacks. Did a nice job with that, but that's the only film that he directed. Of course, that film was started by Kubrick, and Kubrick was let go, and Brando took over. Well, maybe this film was started by somebody else. I don't know. Maybe Ed Sampson actually started this film, and John Ireland came in to bail him out, or the other way around. Who knows? I think you're going to have fun with the film. I enjoyed this film quite a bit. I like road films, films that take place on the road. I like films that deal with cars, things like that, though I'm certainly not a car maven, that's for sure. If you've seen the intro where my car is broken down and I can't get the darn thing started again, you'll know I'm sort of an idiot with machines. But I like the look of cars. And they had, back in the 50s, they had some really beautiful models. Well, folks, if you're a fan of fast cars and of fast women and of fast men living fast lives, I think you're going to enjoy this, The Fast and the Furious.